the idea of your shop? Let me get to know Aryen as a person. What was going through your head when you started designing this thing?
Well, of course, I wanted to stay within like where Las Cruces is,
Okay.
like our whole culture.
Yeah.
So, and then my culture, I like more art stuff. I like it to be more, little street.
Okay.
But, I wanted also to be a little bit more, upscale.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel that like the environment that you have and that you promote attracts, more clients than you did at one time? Because you did have another shop before this one, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. How did you get into starting that first shop? What was your process in doing that, and where was it located at?
So, actually, this was my first salon. We just had
Okay.
a different name.
Oh, okay.
So it was a totally different theme.
Okay,
Yeah, it was
cool.
a totally different theme. So that one was more, dark, more goth, more that sort of thing, and it was good. A lot of my girls, we came through that, and we all liked it at the time.
Gotcha.
But like as we progressed, as
Yeah.
I progressed as a businesswoman, I kind of just wanted to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. So when designing this shop, what was your ultimate goal? Like, this is how it's gonna be, and this is how I want it to be. What was that goal? Like, what kind of clients were you attracting?
So for the first part of your question, I wanted to have like basically a salon full of beautiful women,
Okay.
and we just are all artists. We all run our own thing. We all have our own specialties.
Okay. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So you talk about beautiful women. What are some of the beautiful women that you have in the shop, and what are some of their specialties that they offer?
So I actually have 3 of them.
Okay.
I have Cynthia. She specializes in hair color.
Okay. Very cool.
And then I have Antoinette, and she specializes in nails and also eyelashes.
Nice.
And then I have Nicole, who specializes in aesthetics.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. So do you guys have any like high-end services do you do? Because I know some salons offer like bleachings and, lip fillers, stuff like that. So is that some of the stuff that you guys offer, or is it some of the stuff that you guys are interested in offering?
We actually offer everything. So we're fully licensed cosmetologists.
Okay, cool.
So whenever you have a cosmetology license, you have so much that you can do.
Yeah.
You can do makeup, nails, skincare,
Very cool.
of course hair, and then go beyond that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to make a salon that has everything.
Okay, cool. So coming up, how did you get into this industry? What was your drive to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be a boss girl one day or lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna own my own business? How did you get your first foot into the industry?
Well, I'm 5th generation at it.
Okay.
So I grew up in the salon.
Yeah.
We started off doing, the rookie do's.
Okay.
We did the sweeping, we did the towels, we did all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a cosmetologist. There's nothing else that I ever wanted to do, honestly.
Okay, cool.
There's no money like ours, seriously. Especially when you have an established clientele, there's no money like ours. Like we can literally make for me, on average, I'll make like $72 an hour.
Damn, okay, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's something that, all cosmetologists or, people coming into the game should strive for, is to be at that point, to get to that point, if not higher than that. So that's really cool. How was it starting off? Like, what was your what's something that if you would have known back then that now, you would be like, hey, like, do this different? What's that one, like, dang, man, I wish I could have done that over again?
So I actually got licensed in 2006.
Okay.
So back then, it really wasn't, there was no social media platforms.
Yeah.
We all had to do it based off of word of mouth. And we worked for corporations, we worked for people, that sort of thing. So as I worked for corporations and I worked for different people, I started to see what I would want my salon to be.
Yeah.
So I gathered everything from my journey to be where I'm at now.
Okay.
Meaning, there's a lot of jealousy. There was a lot of people that thought you were competition.
Yeah.
They didn't want to see you succeed, that sort of thing. So that's definitely something that I don't allow in my salon. Any type of negativity. Everything has to be positive.
Awesome.
We help each other out.
Yeah.
If somebody does something beautiful, we praise them.
Yeah.
We're like, it's okay. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Praise is everything, and I love to build my girls up, and they're all booth renters. So this is like their last step before they go to business owning, and I want to be able to educate them on everything.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So when you say everything, is it something from like not only like, making sure the shop's clean to, hey, you gotta pay your bills on time, and to just keeping that aesthetic? Because it could get hard. Being a barber myself, it could get hard. You're going through your days. You're kind of just like, dang man, what's one way you kind of keep the girls like, hey, we still got clients coming here. We got to stay happy. What's something that you do to help motivate them?
Well, content is everything now.
Okay.
So we have to be content creators.
Yeah.
And that takes up a lot of time, as you know.
Yes.
So that can keep you busy. Honestly, what I do is I just think of 1,000 ways to make money.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, you know what? We can do that. We can do a special for this, this, and this, and this. You know. What I learned from working from the corporations is that we had to do a lot of sales.
Okay.
Meaning we had to sell products and that sort of thing. So one thing that I did learn from Mac is, it's the power of three.
Yeah.
So you always sell in threes.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be your service and then aftercare in twos.
Okay.
So it's always in threes. So as long as you keep that in mind, you should be fine.
Okay, cool. So you talk about working for the corporations, and it's always funny because you hear the corporations, and it's kind of like, oh shit, it's a big bag. You think of Walmart or Target, or something big. When you reference the corporations, what are some of them that you've worked for?
So I've worked for the Regis Corporations.
Okay.
And then I've also worked for Ulta.
Okay.
I worked for Math Cosmetics.
Okay.
Yeah, those type of corporations.
Okay, very cool. So I know you guys do offer makeups, and you guys do weddings too, right? Like you guys offer the weddings and quinceañeras services, which is really cool because I don't know a lot of people that do offer that. So when I hear about it, it's really cool to hear about it. Do you feel like Mac and the Regis corporations helped you get that little edge on the competition when it comes to you guys having your makeup set up back here in the bag? And being able to teach women a little bit more about how to do their makeup for those ones that don't necessarily know how to do it.
Well, definitely, especially whenever you work for makeup counters,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to sell it. So in order for you to sell it, you have to be able to show them.
Okay.
So yes, working for the corporations has taught me that. However, doing weddings and stuff like that, they did not teach me.
Mm-hmm.
I just basically got all of the hands-on skills that I needed, and it just made it my own.
Okay, that's cool. So what pushed you to want to be able to do weddings and quinceañeras and stuff like that?
Honestly, people just started asking me.
Okay, so it's
And
just
then I was
something
might as well just make it a whole thing, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Getting back to your upbringing. So do you have any kids that you forced to sweep up hair in the shop and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even like to come over here with me. They're like, I don't want to go. What are you gonna make me do? I'm like, oh, nothing. You just throw the trashes, do the sweeping, normal stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 4 sons.
4 sons, nice. And then so your husband, because I know you're married, is he in an industry similar to this, or does he, is he one of the 9-to-5 guys that complains about the heat and stuff like that? Which no disrespect on them, but they always come in like, oh, you guys are so lucky you're in the air conditioning and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I definitely cannot be with a guy like that because, as you know, our industry requires us to be around at any time.
Yeah.
We can't say we're going to get off at 5 because guess what? We ain't going to get off at 5.
Yeah, we still here.
Yeah, it's probably 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to walk in, 5 minutes before you leave. Like, hey, can I get a haircut? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So my husband actually is an artist.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what are some of the aspects that he offers?
He does tattooing.
Okay, cool. Tattooing. And I know you guys have some of his clothes here in the shop, right, for sale.
Yeah.
So he sells the Louis V kind of looking stuff. And
yeah.
Okay,
we actually
cool.
design them together and we put them together and we just sell them.
Very nice. I know my wife, she came home and she had the weed, the marijuana plant one. I think that one's really cool. I'm gonna have to copy one of those too because that was dope. I like the sweats on them. I think that's the ones I want to cop.
Yeah, so I basically wanted to, anything that's in here I've already tried or I would wear personally.
Okay, cool.
So it's more like a vibe,
Gotcha.
Anything that you see in here that it's something that I would wear.
Yeah, so cool. So referencing, since we're kind of on the male topic, do you guys offer any services for men? Like here in the salon, or is it just purely women?
Oh no, we offer all men's services.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, I was a barber too.
Nice.
So I have a lot of male clientele.
Mm-hmm.
I do mostly their eyebrows.
Okay, cool. Is that the waxing, or do you do the straight razor?
No, I do the waxing.
The waxing?
Like I actually like shape it for them.
I don't know how you can do that. I did the threading one time, and I was like, yeah, never again. My shit would stay bushy.
I know. Well, the threading is definitely different, but we do the more of the waxing is easier.
Okay, that's cool. So you said you were a barber. How do you feel the transition from barbering to cosmetology was for you? Was it kind of like a big gap with not only the competition wise, but like going from working with men to women?
Well, to be honest with you, I like working with men any day because men are not like so petty. You know, not all women are like that. Like my girls definitely are not like that at all.
Yeah.
But you know, the past situations that I've been in, the girls are more competitive, of course.
Okay.
I like to work with the guys just for the fact that I like to laugh and joke around and talk crap to each other all day. I mean, that's my cup of tea, honestly.
I feel that. That's funny. So, you know, and it's something that I reference a lot when talking about our two industries. Did you feel like a certain surge, like when you came over to the women's side? Because I know you referenced, you know, women are pretty competitive, but do you feel that like you as women are a lot more like willing to help each other than men are? Because, you know, you guys have cosmetology expos, and you guys come in and, you know, you guys share tips and trades, but then as barbers, like we do the same thing, but most of the time it's barber battles and, you know, competing to see who's the best of the best, you know? So did you feel that surge when you transitioned to it being you wanting to help them more, or was it just the same feeling all around?
Yeah, it was the same feeling all around. I definitely make more money being a cosmetologist than a barber. But it's crazy because men are definitely loyal.
Yeah.
Like I've had the same clients forever.
Yeah.
So you know, it's cool to have both. It's cool to switch it up. It's cool not to do the same thing over and over again. And I felt that's whenever I was barbering, that's all it was. It was just repetitive cuts, which is fine. Yeah. Because you get so good at it because you're doing it so repetitively. But I just wanted it wasn't a challenge to me anymore.
Okay. So, you know, since we're talking about being in the industry, who or what has been your biggest influence in the industry? Whether it's somebody that you watch on YouTube, somebody you're related to, or somebody just, you know, a teacher that, you know, got inside your head and you know, was your biggest influence in keeping you going forward and being stronger?
Well, of course my family is a big one. But honestly, what keeps me motivated is my sons. Okay. They keep me motivated and they keep me going. They keep me wanting more because they need more. Yeah. So I'm the only one that can provide for them, so therefore I do it.
There you go. That's awesome. So you're very family oriented.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. You know, it's hard to find that in a lot of people nowadays. You know, a lot of the time, more people are lost in the sauce. So to hear, you know, you got all these sons. Yeah. And you know, you're the only one that can provide for them. You're really family oriented. That's really awesome to hear. And a working woman and a, you know, a boss, you own the whole thing. So that's really cool. So if you could go back and kind of tell yourself like, hey man, let's get this done quicker. Would you have done it quicker, or are you okay with where you ended up now? You know, or would it have been like, hey, let's do it quicker? Would you go back and try to get a quicker process done?
Well, actually, I've been cutting hair since I was 18, so I went right out of high school.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so I've never done anything else. Like, I really haven't. Yeah. Like, and then the thing is with hair cutting is in this industry, indefinitely, you get used to the money. Yeah. You can do a couple of haircuts, make $100. Yeah. And then, you know, when you work somewhere else, it was very hard for me to work for the corporations, let me tell you. Yeah. Because I was so used to making my money. But luckily, you got to keep, like, tips and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So I always had cash on me. But that's one thing that is definitely, you know, a positive thing for us, is we always have money. Always have cash. Yes. Yeah. We always have money. And then whenever the boys were growing up, you know, if I needed stuff for them, I always had the cash for it. So. Yeah. So with your boys, do you see that, like, does one of them kind of stand out to you that you're like, he's going to be a barber? Or is it kind of like touch and go still, like you don't know 100%? Well, I offered all of them. You know, we were all in the car once, because that's the only time that we can, like, ever chill is when we're all in the car, because we listen to music and that sort of thing. And I was like, by the time you guys get older, I can just buy you a barbershop and you guys can all work there and just run it. And they're like, no. they shut it down quick. They're like, yeah, no. And I'm like so many people would love for somebody just to invest in a barbershop. Like, it takes so much money to build, down to your chairs, down to your sinks, down to your tools, implements. I mean, as you know, everything's very expensive. So definitely, you know, it's some, you know, because I've talked to people about starting barbershops, and then, you know, a lot of us coming right out of barber school, cosmetology school, want to jump into like, yo, I'm gonna own my own shop, we're gonna get it done, popping this and that. But like, realistically speaking, I don't know if it's the same amount for cosmetology. Probably more, because you guys use way more equipment than we do. But at least a solid $50,000 just to get it started. Absolutely. And that's not even including, you know, the extra equipment that you need and stuff like that. Yeah, like the more it goes, like your actual or renovations that you have to do, you know. So at least a solid $50,000, right? That's hilarious. So let me ask you a question that I kind of find that I get a lot lately.
is it weird now being in the industry and seeing that it's cool to be a barber and a cosmetologist now? Like, because when I was in high school, most people I knew, and I'm not even that old, I'm 21,
Yeah.
but a lot of people that I knew were like, yeah, I don't want to be a barber. You know, nobody ever came up and was just like, oh, I'm going to be a barber when I get older, you know?
Yeah.
Was it, I don't know if it was the same for you, but is it kind of weird seeing how, you know, cool it's gotten to be a barber or a cosmetologist? I mean, for God's sake, we got a Vic Blends shooting, you know, shout out Vic Blends, but
Yeah.
we got him shooting a Rockstar commercial, and he's a
Yeah.
barber, you know, he's in our industry.
Yeah. Well, definitely social media had a big, huge impact on that.
Yeah.
Because people are starting to see, oh, I can make money doing this, and just what I said right now,
Yeah.
you know, I can make $75 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, it's not an overnight thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You definitely have to like yell out to the world what you do.
Yeah.
Content is everything. You definitely have to go through. You have to go through a process. It's not just I'm gonna make all this money and that's it. And that's where I feel. Well, of course, the cosmetology and barber school are not gonna tell you that because they want their money. I mean,
Yeah.
they have to run a business too.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to say the girls that went to cosmetology school with me, maybe 5 of us do hair
Dang.
out of like 30.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the same for you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys know a lot of people, and like probably a good 20% still do it.
Oh yeah, I think maybe there's about 3 of us for my graduating class.
Mhm.
I think we went in with like 10 dudes.
Oh yeah.
So I could definitely understand that.
And you know, not everybody has the artistic vision.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the will to hustle.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. Some people need to be told what to do, and they need to be, you know, on a set schedule, and that's fine. It's just more of like, how much do you want it?
Yeah. It definitely, you know, I tell a lot of people, you know, especially younger dudes, you know, can't say younger because I'm still pretty young, but,
Yeah.
you know, guys that are still in high school that come to me in the shop, I'm pretty sure you have women that come and ask questions about it. It's not, like you said, you got to be willing to hustle for it, because it's not it's not, oh, I can do a 50, or like I can work this job and still work that job. Like, you got to be able to just out the gate, like, put everything on the line. I know me personally, when I came out of barber school, I didn't have no other choice but to cut hair.
Yeah.
So I can definitely agree with you, and you know, you got to put your best foot forward, and you got to deal with the ups and the downs, because it's hard. Because when we're up, hey man, we're up, but when we're down, we're down. And it sucks.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had 10 grand in my bank account, the next day I'm like a negative 1,000. Like, it's always like that. It's always up and down. But
Yeah.
I've learned how to, you know, make arrangements. I've learned how to manage money.
Yeah.
I've learned how to make different profits, meaning like different streams of income.
Yeah.
I've learned how to do all that stuff. So
Okay, cool. So when you talk about different streams of income, you know, what are some ideas that you have pondering, or that you would, you know, kind of throw to somebody looking into that?
well, so are you talking like more of like what I have in the salon, or what I want to do in the future?
Just in a general sense.
In general sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the salon, I have a little boutique
Okay.
in the front, like what you were saying about, you know, I like to showcase a lot of the small artists.
Yeah.
So if I, like for instance, Nicole has her lash company here, so it's all set up for her.
Very cool.
Yeah, they have, my girls, they do lashes, so they have their own like lash wash and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. And as far as different streams of income, I mean, you can do so much. You know, cosmetology and barbering is such a wide spectrum. You can do so much. You can do platform artistry.
Yeah.
You can do education. You can do product knowledge. You
Yeah.
can do, I mean, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You know, and so you said Nicole has her own lash company.
Yeah.
So she developed, made her
Mhm.
own lash brand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Is that something you helped her with, or was that something that
No,
she
that's
just, like,
something
came
she
out?
brought in.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really cool. So,
Mhm.
and that's cool that you also offer, you know, the people that work for you, like, hey, throw your stuff up here. I'll help you sell it, because I know not a lot of shops would offer that. And, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I've heard a lot of it is like, yo, this is my shop. I sell it, or you can sell it, but I take 50% of what you make. So,
Well, honestly, I understand a boss mentality, and I understand how businesses are ran, and I understand that business is business. I get that.
yeah,
However, I want to be able to have my girls grow too.
yeah,
Because, you know, like I was saying before, they're booth renters. They need to be able to, you know, hustle themselves.
So if there's one thing that you could tell somebody coming up in the industry, you know, that is kind of scared or doesn't know whether they should do it, what's a piece of advice that you would want to give them?
Probably. Hold on, because there's a lot.
No, you're good. You're good.
There's a
Take your
lot.
time.
Well, of course, the number one thing is don't give up.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot, even my own students that I taught, that they kind of like give up on the first year because they're like, it wasn't enough money, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. But the thing is whenever you're doing a service, and you know, you have to keep on learning, keep on practicing, keep on bettering your craft. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just keep working towards your goals.
Yeah. That's all it is.
That's awesome right there. So we talked about your girls a little bit. We've talked about the shop. Let's talk about you. What are some of the services you offer? What are some of the things that you really enjoy doing? Let's keep it simple. What's your favorite service to do?
Well, I feel like I have 3 main specialties. So that's hair, makeup, and cosmetic enhancements.
Okay.
Cosmetic enhancements meaning like permanent makeup, facials, that sort. Basically anything to prepare you for makeup.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and then I do a little bit of skincare. I'm not really that into it. I usually show Nicole and then she does it.
Oh, you kind of like, hey, take that from me.
Yeah, well, you know, there's just so much into it.
Yeah.
You know, just like how there's a lot in cosmetology, hairsprays, blah blah blah. There's so much face washes. There's so much everything.
Yeah.
So I would say my specialties are probably those 3, but my bread and butter is hair.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I know you just finished, you turned a red into a brown. Is that what you did? That was really cool. I saw her hair, it kind of looked like yours. Yeah. But then you said red, and I was like, well, her hair is pink. Like, well, so I was lost.
No, so her hair washed out to that pink.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
very
so
cool.
I actually had her hair very, very blonde.
Yeah.
And my clients, I kind of educate them that, you know, you can't be getting rid of your blonde hair that quick.
Yeah.
Let's do other colors.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of get them out of their comfort zone.
Very cool.
Because how do you know if you like it if you've never tried it?
Yeah, that's cool. So, what's one of the craziest like color schemes that somebody's came in and just been like, give me the Katashi, like?
Probably that.
Yeah, that you've done one of those.
Yeah,
before?
the rainbows. Yeah.
That's cool. We're gonna have to add a picture of that in the podcast.
I mean, like, I've been approached with so many different ideas.
Yeah.
They're not crazy to me because we've seen crazy, so it's like nothing. It's more of like an art piece. To
yeah,
us.
You're just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll make your hair half green and half pink. Why not? Like,
yeah, I know. Thanks for that. My wife came home with blue and red hair.
I always try to, you know, make my girls do, again, out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, out of their comfort zone. Hey, you're telling me, man. I walked through the door and she's got like purple hair one day, and then we're out like 2 weeks later and somebody's like, hey, did you get a new girlfriend? And I'm like, no, it's the same one I've been with for like 2 years. And they're like, no, you had a girl with red hair the other day. And I'm like, it's the same one, bro.
She just changes her hair.
Yeah. So you guys definitely make my life a little bit interesting having to hear it. So is it something that like you guys will just come in here and like experiment, you know, with the hair color and stuff on each other, or do you guys have to book appointments with each other?
It just depends.
Just depends.
But we always say that we're going to have like one day that we do it, but honestly, we don't have time.
Yeah, it never happens.
It never happens. But we usually just get on each other's books and be like, let's do this, let's do that. I actually have another girl who I actually went to school with, and we trade. So she has her own shop too. Okay. And so she's like, hey, you do my hair? Yeah, I can do yours. And yeah, it's just trading off.
That's cool. So, man, I work in a barbershop, and I probably haven't had a haircut in like 2 months.
It's always like that. Constantly
having to wear hats, and I have to listen to the wife complain about it. I gotta listen to my family complain about it. I gotta listen to my clients make fun of me. Like, I'm like, hey man, do you want me to cut your hair? You want me to get a haircut? You know. So with the transition, you know, going back to being a barber and being a cosmetologist, did you think being a barber first helped shape your mindset for being a cosmetologist, or do you think they just kind of coincide real easily?
So whenever I was just cutting, before I got more knowledge before I started teaching, I just would cut just based off of how it looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew what to use to blend this and to blend that.
Yeah.
Once I started teaching, I went back to the 101, and I had to like teach these people, hey, you're gonna be cutting off celestial axis. You're gonna be cutting off of a 30-degree angle, and you have to literally learn from 101. Yeah. So as soon as I did that, then everything just became easier because I understood the science of it.
So where did you? You say you're a teacher. Where did you teach it?
I taught at Vista College.
Okay, cool. That it shut down, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
So how long ago did you teach there?
It's probably been about 8 years already.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that work? Like, did you enjoy like helping people coming up in the industry?
Oh, yeah.
Was it tough because we're adults. A lot of people go in there, they act like little kids. Was that a rough thing, like trying to get people to sit down and learn? Or was it, a lot easier because, some of them are more mature?
Well, when I was teaching, I was pretty young myself. I was 26, 27 years old. So I had people that were my students that were older than me, that were younger, that were the same age, younger.
Yeah.
And I had to really learn how to gain their respect.
Yeah.
And just show them what I know, because it's so easy for somebody to be like, well, you're younger than me, what can you teach me?
Yeah.
And believe me, they test you.
Yeah.
Like, teaching was very interesting.
It was a learning curve.
It definitely has shaped me to what I am now, and that's when I learned that I love to teach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you go back?
Not for them.
No.
It's because I don't want to work for the state.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be in just limited.
Yeah.
I want to teach like more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So teaching more, is that an idea that's coming up soon? Maybe we'll be getting an Aryen Blue special on YouTube or TikTok or something like that coming out soon.
My marketing company just hit me with that. She's like, you know what, we're gonna start doing makeup tutorials and we're gonna do it. And I'm like, okay. So, I've had a bunch of people request that.
Yeah.
Just doing, everyday hair, everyday makeup. It's easier now with the platforms because you just do it on TikTok. You can do it on Instagram, on the reels and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's my marketing team's like, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
they're kind of pushing you towards it.
Because we get and this too, we get so stuck in our schedule and doing services that anything extra, we're like, you're like really dragging.
I ain't trying to do this no more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard. I mean, I know it took us a little while to get this episode of Chop and Talk started.
Yeah.
But it's just because we were both so busy. It's hard to get away from the shop,
Yeah, exactly.
So I definitely understand that. And hopefully your marketing team keeps on your butt and keeps like, hey, we need to get it done. Because that would definitely be cool to be able to see some Aryen Blue specials or whatever. Do you have any names for it yet? Like, do you have any ideas for it?
No, it's so hard for me to come up with names. Like, seriously, it took me forever to come up with Urban Society. I didn't even come up with it. One of my best friends did.
Yeah.
Because she was like, we need to get something like that's like urban, but not like too urban.
That was like one of those circle sessions.
No, it really was. Like, it took even like my logo. It took me forever just to decide.
Yeah.
And one of my friends did it for me, and he's an awesome artist. Like, he's amazing. And he was like, you have to get something that's legible. Like, the letters have to be legible. And of course, I don't want legible.
Yeah.
I want like the crazy cursive with the little frillies and But he's right. In a marketing standpoint, in a professional standpoint, you have to get something that's legible.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very picky on when it comes to naming things.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to logos, because I know what I want, but I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Super indecisive half the time.
Well, it's because I like have this idea in my head, but I can't pull it out.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm the same way when people ask me for like a freestyle design on their head, and I'm just like, hold on, man. I need like 10 minutes. Like, let me look at your head, because it's hard to just picture something, like you said, pull it out the back of your head. Even when words, we're trying to talk right now.
Yeah.
Half the stuff that comes in my head is going out the other ear, and then I'm like, oh wait, we could do this.
Yeah.
So no, I get it. But that's cool. I mean, I like the name a lot, Urban Society.
Yeah.
It's something different, instead of like a normal salon. Like, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't really even know any salons out here now. That's how uncommon their names are. Yeah. Like,
well, the thing is I am not a real. I don't want to say it like that. I don't like frou-frou names.
Okay. Oh, so like, see, I can't even think of a salon name.
Well, it's because we kind of can't say it because it's kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get you. But it's just funny because when I did think to go say a name, it could not pop up in my head.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. Frou-frou salons, too girly, right? Is that what?
Yeah, because I worked at barbershops too, so I'm like.
You got that edge to you.
Yeah, it's more edgy, and I don't want it to be so I don't know. You understand?
Yeah, I get you. I don't know if the viewers will get it, but we get it.
Yeah,
So that's all
yeah,
that
yeah.
matters. So what is the next big move for Aryen and Urban Society?
The next big move is probably expanding.
Expanding.
Mhm.
Now, are you looking to like rent the building that Storage is knocking down walls and like let's make this be bigger, or are we looking to like get out of the plaza that you guys are in, which you guys are located? What's the address for here?
It's 2801 Missouri, and it's on the corner of Missouri and Telshore.
Okay, so y'all
Yeah.
heard it here first. That's her address. I can't say it back, but it's here. So and then we'll link it at the bottom. But what's the next big move? Like, are you guys trying to move out of the plaza? Or are you guys trying to stay in it and expand within the plaza? Like, what's gonna happen? What's your idea for coming up next?
Well, I mean, if we can expand next door, that's fine.
Mhm.
What I've learned in business is you can't bite too much off,
Okay.
because then the bills get big. Like, more money, more problems, that's a true statement. I
Yeah.
swear it is. So, eventually expanding that way, but my permanent makeup business, I'm actually going to expand out in Texas.
Okay, very cool. So now, are you looking at hitting? Since we did talk about social media being such a big platform, are you looking about maybe starting a website and selling stuff like international or statewide? Because I do know a couple people. Shout out to Smitty at UGK. They sell those raw and uncuts.
Oh,
And
yeah?
those things are dope, and they sell them statewide. Internationally, you can order them and stuff. So is that an idea that you got? Cooking something similar to your makeup and boutique brand?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, very cool.
Especially when it comes to like cosmetology, I want to offer, our own line of, I don't know, what's a big one that we could do? Like our own shampoo, our own
Okay.
hairspray. And then whenever it comes to permanent makeup, of course, our own needles, our own tattoo machines. When it comes to makeup, our own lipsticks, our own brushes, like
Yeah.
everything that goes along.
Are you a little nervous to start the like permanent makeup? Like, because I know my grandma has her like eyebrows tattooed on, but that was like back in like whenever she was a teenager. I don't know,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, what if you want to change your eyebrows one day? You gotta get them re-tattooed.
Well, okay, the thing is permanent makeup is not necessarily permanent.
Okay.
It only goes to your epidermis, not your dermis, making it semi-permanent.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, when you actually do an actual tattoo, that is
Yeah.
permanent.
Okay.
However, so back in your grandma's day, that's all they had. They didn't have this extra knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Of how the tattoo pigments were going to change. They didn't have this extra knowledge of, oh, in 50 years my face is going to droop and my eyebrows are going to droop too. They didn't have that knowledge, But now they've made it to where, it's so scientific that it doesn't even, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Okay, that's
Because
cool.
eventually it's going to dissipate and
That's
then you
cool.
can just redo it.
So have you thought about getting in? I want to say it's MPS or something like that. It's micro.
SPM.
Is it SPM?
Mhm.
You sure that's not the rapper?
That is a rapper.
Yeah, but that's what it's called.
SPM.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure that's a rapper.
It is a rapper. He's from Texas, and we all love him. I actually want a shirt that like I have some of the things that I want to put on shirts.
Okay,
So.
that's funny because I don't know, maybe it's just where I grew up with, or the people I grew up with, and stuff like that in California. But like a lot of my friends didn't listen to SPM.
Well, because they're from Texas. And
Yeah,
they're from
that's
Cali.
true. But like, I mean, I've heard of other Houston rappers and stuff like that, But like when I moved out here, shout out my boy Big Mark, he's no longer with us, but that man would play SPM all day, every day in the shop.
Yep.
And after like 3 months of working with him, I could not take no more SPM. I was over it. I didn't even like fall in love with the music, but it was to the point where like I knew the lyrics, and my ass would be sitting there, bobbing my head while I'm cutting hair, like I don't even like this song. Why am I singing it? So that was something that I realized out here. There are a lot of SPM fans out here in Christmas.
Well, it's because we're literally Las Cruces is what 20 minutes away from Texas.
Yeah, you can throw a stone and cross the border. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny because my husband, he's actually from El Paso. They're from Texas too. They love Texas rappers, but don't you ever say anything about Cali rappers.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Cali, because I have people from Cali. They're like, oh, we don't like Texas rappers.
Yeah.
Whatever their little deal is, that's what it is.
it's something that's cooking up out here.
Yeah.
Because I had never heard of him, but shout out to him. His music's good.
Yeah.
I heard he's getting out next year or something like that within the next couple years. So that's cool. We wish him and his family the best.
Yes.
So we're coming here kind of towards the end. I wanted to see, is there anything that you want to touch bases on, talk about, or just something that you want to tell the people that are watching this, to help them along their journey?
Well, I would say number 1, don't give up on your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 would have to be, don't listen to anybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Like seriously, and number 3, just keep your mind on your money and your eyes on the prize.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's one way to end it.
Mhm.
All right, so make sure to like, subscribe.